think about Graham Potter? He's the new manager that's apparently going to come in.
We don't know about him. We don't know about him.
Good job at Brighton.
He's doing very, very good job at Brighton, but not at Chelsea. Because if you are in Chelsea, it's going to be different. Chelsea is a big team, got big players. They spend more money on the players. So that's why in Chelsea, if you're replacing a coach in Chelsea, that should be someone like has a history. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not like a coach that coaching a small team. Sorry for that. Brighton is not a small team, but in fact.
And finally, do you still think that Graham Potter will get you into the Champions League for this season, top 4? Is there another manager you would have wanted?
If I speak from now until tomorrow, I cannot bring back Thomas Tuchel because we are still in shock. So that's why I have nothing to say. Yeah.
So who would you have wanted to take over Thomas Tuchel?
Say again?
A manager, who would you want to take over Thomas Tuchel?
Zidane.
Zidane?
Zidane, definitely Zidane.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, mate. All right, so Thomas Tuchel got sacked the other day following the loss to Zagreb. How does that make you feel as a Chelsea fan?
I'm somewhat disappointed. I think it was probably a bit premature, but to be honest, we were doing quite badly, and I think he was starting to lose the dressing room. So I guess it was just a case of when rather than if, but maybe a tad premature, but probably, yeah, it's time for a change, I guess, yeah.
And it's been rumoured that Graham Potter's going to come in as new manager, but who would you have liked to bring in? You know, Pochettino as Zidane, someone like that?
Yeah, I would have preferred Pochettino. I mean, he's, you know, a proven winner to some extent, you know, won league going with PSG, you know, he's taken Spurs to the Champions League final, so you can already see glory written on his chest in some regard, whereas Potter's, you know, still developing, you know, I think he's still got a bit more to prove with Brighton, so yeah, not entirely sure, could be a risk, but you know, on the other side, you know, Brighton and Chelsea have that similar style of football, like three of the black backs, so, you know, similarities, so only time will tell, but a bit sceptical.
Yeah, so what do you think that Graham Potter will bring to Chelsea if he's appointed? Obviously, Cucurella signed for Chelsea, he knows Cucurella very well. Do you think he'll be able to utilise him in the way which he wanted to do at Brighton?
Yeah, exactly. I think he'll definitely be able to galvanise Cucurella. I think it's more a case of can he stabilise our back three, give Koulibaly more confidence, because he's been flopping really for the most part, and you know, our front line as well, you know, Aubameyang just looked toothless against Zagreb, you know, can he empower him? You look at Brighton, I mean, one thing I saw about them is they didn't score too many goals, so I guess it's a case of seeing whether we can do that. But I think one thing at least he'll do is solidify our defence, and that's really a pressing concern, yeah.
I think Graham Potter was the ideal replacement because of his tactics and what he's done for Brighton, and he gets him a bit more experience and everything.
Are you excited to see Potter at Chelsea and see what he can do?
Yeah. Hopefully he gets a bit more time to implement his plans and we see the full flowing football that he played with Brighton.
Finally, do you think you can finish in the Champions League places under Graham Potter?
I would like to think so, but it depends on our form, because the form at the moment is not exactly the best, but if we can pick it up, I think we could finish in Champions League places.
And a prediction for the Fulham game on Saturday?
I'm set, hopefully, maybe 2-1 Chelsea.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Yeah. That was all right, so Graham Potter's obviously rumoured to take over, that those talks are advancing now. How does that make you feel as a Chelsea fan?
I think it's a positive feeling. I've enjoyed watching Brighton so far this season. The football they play is certainly attractive. It's obviously possession-based, which obviously the elite clubs now try and do. So I think it's an exciting appointment, but I think I speak for most Chelsea fans when saying that perhaps sacking Tuchel came a bit too early.
Yeah. It was quite reactive given the loss to Zagreb. Were you surprised to see the news on Wednesday morning?
Very surprised. I was sitting playing FIFA and then suddenly I just got this text. So I was very surprised. Maybe there's more going on behind the scenes that we aren't aware of, but I was disappointed, but maybe Bowley's come in and wants a fresh start, wants to set his mark on the team, and if that's how he sees fit, then we'll back it.
Who would you have wanted to see replace Tuchel? I know Potter's like rumours come in now.
I think initially Graham Potter was the first name that sprung to mind. I mean, Zinedine Zidane I don't think was probably the best. Is a Chelsea fit. He's a great Champions League. He's won the Champions League 3 times, so he's clearly good at that competition, but is he the one to bring us Premier League victories and stuff? I don't think so. There was a few names I saw Ole Gunnar Solskjaer rumours, but there was no way that was gonna happen. So yeah, no, I think Potter's the right decision.
And do you think Chelsea can still finish top 4 under Graham Potter?
Oh, yes, that's a good question. I mean, yes, I do. But I think you'd be naive not to look at Tottenham, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool and Man City, of course, kind of staples in that top 4 race now. So you're really vying for 2 spots unless you win the thing. So yeah, I think yes, but it's going to be the biggest challenge we've had so far.
Obviously, Thomas Tuchel was sacked on Wednesday morning. How does that make you feel as a Chelsea fan?
Oh, I'm devastated, to be honest. It's been a few really hard sackings in my time as a Chelsea fan. So Mourinho when he first left, Lampard. Yeah, this one's probably up there with those type of feeling of disappointment. So yeah, hurt a lot.
Graham Potter's coming in. Who would you have liked to have seen come in as your first choice?
Potter, to be fair. So look, it's for me it's a bad situation, but at least it's the right man in my opinion. Potter's shown that he can really take a system, build a system and implement it for years. Have a real good project, get really good recruitment. So no, I really like what he's done at Brighton. They've been kind of a team that I've really enjoyed watching. And they used to get lots of draws and stuff. So I hope that with our, you think with the quality of players we have, we can really get the best out of his system. But yeah, I still feel a bit aggrieved about Tuchel gone. So a bit of a weird feeling right now.
You think the sacking of Tuchel was harsh? It came too soon?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I see all the stuff in the press now. Like obviously after he's sacked, they say all these things about not working well together, about the arguments and whatever. But look, you give 250 mil to a top class manager who's done nothing but. He took us through the hardest time in the club's history, one of the hardest times in the club's history, the sanctions and all that. He showed that he loved the club. He could have gone to Barcelona, could have gone to United. He stayed with us and, we gave him 250 mil. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been a great season so far, but I mean, come on. I mean, these things don't just click together. We lost some really important players. So yeah, I feel like it was a rushed decision, but I think Boli already had it in his mind. It was already made up. It was just finding the right time, and obviously a loss to Zagreb is kind of the perfect excuse. So yeah, I feel a bit hard done by with Boli and his lot, but